Hi guys, it is here today to be showing you a really important part that is a part of injecting and downloading the files from the Menace mod for the GTA Enhanced. Not just that, but in this video I'm gonna give you a little quick tour about all of the options that the mod has to offer, all of the things that you can do inside the game, inside the GTA Enhanced, and all of the money methods and any type of options that the mod really has. You're gonna see that this mod is a really complete mod and it's a cheap mod. It's just like $20, so it's a really good mod considering the price because you can do a lot of stuff with it. But before we start this video, I would like to say two little things first. The first one is, if you already have the mod and you're watching this video and you're having some doubts about how to do the part of downloading, how to do the part of injection, or you're having some doubts about any type of option that the mod has and you're not being able to use it, you can always send a message through where you bought the mod and you're going to be answered there correctly. But if you don't have the mod yet and you're interested in buying one for you, keep on this video because in this video you will see that this mod is a really complete mod. But you can always send a message through one of the social medias down below here in the description of this video, asking your doubts and asking for the prices and stuff like that. So as I said, let's go to the video. Basically, this part of downloading and injecting the mod is divided in three parts. The one that is to turn off your antivirus, basically the one that comes already with Windows. The second part is basically the part that you actually download the files from the mod. And the third one is the actual part of injecting the mod into the game. So we're gonna start with the first part, that is to turn off your antivirus. Here I'm going to be showing you how to turn off the antivirus that comes already with Windows, like the one that comes originally with Windows, that is the Windows security. But if you have another antivirus, I suggest you two little different stuff. The first thing I will suggest you is, if you have a free antivirus, I suggest you to just delete completely from your computer because you won't need, and actually here it will just annoy us and completely ruin the process. And the second one is, if you have a painful antivirus, I suggest you to search for a tutorial part, it can be on YouTube, internet, anywhere, that will show you exactly how you can turn off and how you can do the exclusions that we're gonna have to do later in this video. So like I said, here I'm going to be showing you how to turn off the antivirus that comes already with Windows, that is the Windows security. This step is actually something really easy to do. You're gonna come down here in this little button right here that shows the hidden icons. We'll click and we'll search for a little shield like this one and we'll click again. Of course, if this little shield don't appear to you in here, there's another way to find it, that is through the search bar. You're just gonna click right here and search for Windows security and it will appear right here. You just click again and the same page will appear to you. Now with this page already open, you're just gonna come to the first section, that is the virus and threat protection section. We'll click here and we'll go to the part of manage settings. Here in the part of manage settings, there's a lot of options. You're just gonna focus and turn off the first one, that is the real-time protection. For that, you're just gonna come here and click in this button, click in yes. This little message that will appear right here, just close it because if you click on it, it will turn on the antivirus again and that's something we don't want. So be sure to close that message. And right now with this step already done, we can close the Windows security. For now, just minimize because we're gonna use it later. And now we can go to the second step, that is the part of actually downloading the files from the mod. For the second part, that is the part of downloading the files from the mod, you will need to come to the official website from Menace menu. But before we actually do the part of downloading, first you need to download something else, that is the WinRar. This WinRar is needed because if you don't install, you won't be able to download the files correctly. So be sure that you have the WinRar and download it. Remember also that you have to download the WinRar version that is according to the system type of your computer, that is or the 32-bit or the 64-bit. Remember also to download in English to make it easier for you. Here there is two versions in English, the 32-bit version in English But if you ask me, oh, I don't know how to discover what my system type is, that's something also easy to discover. You're just gonna come down here in this little folder. We'll come to the option this PC and we'll click with the right button on it, and we'll come to the part of properties right here. Is the last option. Here in the part of properties, there's a lot of options here and a lot of information about your computer, but you're just gonna come see in system type. For example, my system type is 64-bit, and this way you'll be able to discover what type of system is your computer and then download the WinRar version correctly according to it. So for example, here my system type is 64-bit. So for example, here my system type is 64-bit. So I'm gonna come here to the side of WinRar and download the 64-bit version for my computer. You're gonna do the same stuff. Remember always to be according to the same system type of your computer. To make it easier for you, I'm gonna put this website, remember that this is the official website from WinRar. I'm gonna put down in the description of this video to make it easier for you to download the correct WinRar. After you downloaded the WinRar correctly, you'll be able to come and actually download the files from the mod correctly too. When you first bought the mod, you received a link where you had to come and join this website to register yourself with a username and a password that you wanted. Remembering that you have to register yourself in this website because it's through this website that you're going to do all of the stuff related to the mod. This includes downloading the files and also the part of update if you need something. So be sure to register yourself correctly and to don't lose your username and your password, because the username and password will be used later too. Okay, through the part of actually downloading, it's really easy. You're just gonna come to here, the VIPR section option, and remembering that to download the files, you need to be on the part of dashboard. You won't be able to download in any of other part of the website. It needs to be on the dashboard. So you will come to this VIPR section option and we'll just click on the second option, that is download Menace R. You will click in download again, and then you're going to do the shortcut of Ctrl+J to open your download history. After you open download history, you're going to see that the Menace engine is already here downloading, and you first need to finish downloading, and after finish here, I'm going to come back. My file here has already downloaded, but if it's the first time you're downloading the file, probably will happen a little mistake right here. That is, the Windows or the Google will consider this file a dangerous file. But to resolve, it's really simple too. You're just gonna come to the three little dots that will be right here, and we'll click in download dangerous file. This way you'll be able to download completely normal the rest of the file and will be able to use it. After you've done this and the file's already done and ready to use, we're gonna restore down this page and take this little file and put to our desktop. This way will be easier to work with it in the next steps of this video. So you can close this page because we're not gonna use it anymore, and we're just gonna use this little file right here. Now to this next part, it's actually something really easy too. You're just gonna come to this file and click with the right button on top and go to the option that says extract here. After extracted the file, you're gonna see that will appear another file here from Menace engine. This other little file here you can delete because we're not gonna use it anymore. We're just gonna use this Menace engine here that we extracted from the first file. Now, after we've done all of this, we have finished the second part of downloading the files, and now we can go to the principal part of injecting the mod into the game. For injecting the mod correctly, we need to do two little things before. The first one is to turn off the BattleEye in your Rockstar game launcher, and the second one is to do the exclusions correctly. First, let's start with the part of exclusions because it's a little bit more difficult than the part of the Rockstar game launcher that is really fast. For the part of exclusions, you're gonna come back to the Windows Defender and we'll go again back to the virus and threat protection section. We'll come back again in manage settings, but this time you're gonna go down here to the part that says exclusions. Here, you're just gonna click in add or remove an exclusion. Click in yes. And you're going to click in add an exclusion. You're going to select if it's a file, a folder, a file type, or a process. Here, we're going to select file because we just need to select the Menace engine. So select the Menace engine and click in open. Okay, now we have all the exclusions done. You can close again the Windows security because now we're not going to be using the Windows security anymore. And now let's turn off our BattleEye. For that, you're going to come and open your Rockstar Game Launcher completely normal. You're going to go there, put your username, your password, everything completely normal. After you enter in your Rockstar Game Launcher, you're gonna come to the part of settings and we'll come to the part that says BattleEye. Here, originally your BattleEye will come with this little square yellow like this. That means the BattleEye is on. To turn it off, it's simple. You're just gonna click on this little square till it appears gray like this. And if your BattleEye appears gray like this, it means that the BattleEye is turned off. And now with the BattleEye already off, you can close the Rockstar Game Launcher because we're not gonna be using it anymore. After you're done this part of turn off the BattleEye and after you've done the exclusions, you can come back here to the desktop and click in Menace engine. The first time that you open will appear this little message right here, but it's also simple to remove this. You're just gonna click in more info and run anyway. After you've done this, you'll be able to open the Menace engine, that is the loader for Menace menu. Through this Menace engine, you will be able to inject the mod into the game, and it's also really simple to use. If you have the legacy version of Menace menu, you can also click in here in legacy version. But here, like I said before, I'm teaching how to inject and download the Menace menu for enhanced version of GTA. So we're just gonna come here and click in enhanced. Here, as you can see, there's a lot of options here, but you're just gonna focus in inject enhanced DLL. Here we'll open this little message right here. You're just gonna click in inject on launch, and here you're going to select which type of game platform you will be using. Here I'm going to be using the Epic Games to open the GTA, but of course if you open GTA through Rockstar or Steam, you just have to select here the one that you use. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Epic Games, so I will select the Epic Games. And before you click on launch, you need to open your GTA because you just will be able to launch and inject the mod into the game when the game is starting. Remember that when you open GTA, appears a lot of police lights and police sounds. In this cutscene of police is where you have to click on launch. Not before, not after, literally in the beginning of the game when start the cutscene of police, because if you start before and after, you won't be able to use the Menace menu in online games. So I'll be opening here mine through Epic Games, like I said, and when I open my game, when the police cutscene start, I'll come back to show you what you will do to inject. Okay, here, police cutscene started. Just give an alt ask and click in inject. After you clicked on inject, appeared all this message right here, and if you inject the mod and these messages appear like here, like this green, this means that the mod injected correctly into the game. So you can come back to your game. This little message here just is warning you about some stuff, but you just come here and click in close, and now you'll be able to also use the mod into the game. To use the mod into the game, just click in F8, and here you need to put the username and password that you first choose. Remember that when you register yourself into the website, and I told you don't forget your username and password that you used to access this website from Menace menu. This username and this password you're going to be using here. So here in the part of username, you're just gonna write your username exactly like you register yourself, and here in the part of the password, the same thing. After you put, just click on login, and after you click in login, all of the mod and the options from the mod will be accessible to you. Now I'm going to enter in a random section right here, just to be showing you a little bit of the options that the mod has to offer and the different stuff that you can do with this mod, the Menace menu mod. So I come back here when I enter in one. Okay, I already enter here in the random section, and now I will show you a little bit about the options that the mod has to offer to you. And remembering that to open the mod, you just click on the keyboard F8 and you already will be able to have access to all of the options that has to offer here. So I'm just going to do a quick tour right here through the sections and through the options here. So the first part is self. Here in the part of self, there's a lot of options related to, for example, the part of wanted, if you want to never be wanted by the police. There is the god mode right here, if you want to be invisible. So it's literally options about the player that you are using right now, your character. So if you want to be on god mode, if you want to be bulletproof, mental state, there's a lot of options right here literally related to your player, to your character that you are using right now. Here, if you come down, there's also more part of movements. If you want to run real fast, there's also right here. There's also super jump if you want to use. There's also the super jump here that you can use. For example, let me just jump here so you can see. So there's a part of health generations and ragdoll. So there's a lot of options here on the part of self. And like I said, here's literally everything about your character. Part of weapons. Here, the part of weapons, as the name says, it's literally everything related to weapons. For example, here there's the options to give all weapons. And when you give all weapons, you literally receive all of the weapons. For example, if I close here the mod and come to tab, there's here a lot of options of weapons that I didn't have before. Here, literally, there's the options about weapons. So for example, if you want to modify a weapon, if you want rapid fire, if you want a weapon to shoot flashlight weapons. So literally there's a lot of options related to guns and weapons that you want to get. If you come down here, there's more options. For example, if you want to explosive ammo, or if you want to select aimbot. So there's a lot of options here related to weapons. Part of vehicle. As the name says, here is the part of related to vehicles that you can spawn or you already have. For example, here there's a lot of options of vehicles that you can spawn. For example, here you can put different classes. For example, if I want to spawn a sport car, here I can choose I want to spawn a bravado. As you can see, already spawned right here. And here you can of course change a lot of things. You can spawn inside of the vehicle, you can spawn the maximum levels of it. For example, here spawn already one that is the maximum. Oh, come back here. So as you can see, I had spawned here the vehicle in the maximum levels. So as you can see, I had spawned here in the maximum levels. So there's a lot of options right here. There's a God mode port. If you want to save this vehicle for you, if you want to transform in a submarine, there's a lot of options literally related to your vehicle. If you come down here, there's also a lot of options. For example, if you want to modify specific things, for example, if you want to modify the windows, the armor, if you want to make sure that it's clean or it's dirt, you can choose everything. Literally modify a lot of stuff here in the part of vehicles, everything related to the vehicle that you are using. You can also use the acrobatics, for example, back flip, front flip, a lot of acrobatics here. And as you can see, there's a lot of options, so you can really explore everything related to vehicles right here. Part of teleport. As the name says, here you can save some teleports to go. You can click in all the teleport waypoint. In this option, for example, you can come to the part of the map and choose anywhere else. For example, I'm going to choose here. You can choose here, click in waypoint, and you already will spawn where you wanted. For example, part of teleport, if you come down here, there's also more options right here. If you want to teleport to also other places, for example, Maze Bank or Casino. If you want to go to the mountains, you can choose one. Literally, there's a lot of options right here. And here, this is the part you can save. Like I said before, you just put the name of the location, select it, and you can save the location to teleport after. Part of world. Here in the part of world is literally everything about the world that you are in right now. So for example, but of course you have to click here in force weather. But if I want to be raining, you can choose here raining, and it will start to rain. I can choose clouds, I can choose clearing, I can choose thunder. So everything you want to do in your world and modification that you want in your world, you can put right here. Part of world here, as I said, you can come down here. There is also a part of ghost exposed. There's a lot of options that you can choose to the world that you are in right now. For example, if you want to rain, if you want to horizon. There's also things about the ocean, the game visuals. As you can see, it's a lot of options. For example, if you want to kill all enemies, there's a lot of options related to the world that you are right now. Part of recovery, the part that the most people want and like to see. Here is the part about your account. So for example, here in the part of recovery, you can set the different level that you want. Of course, here I suggest you to put, here I always recommend to put a level between 250 till 400, because this way you won't be just so clear that you are using a type of mod. Of course, here you can also select the rank of your crew. Here on the part of recovery, there's also the part of unlocks. There's a lot of unlocks, as you can see. You can go literally clicking one by one and the unlocks will be opening to you. So there's a lot of unlocks to do. There's the part here of all of unlocks. There's the part of unlock account buffers, and also there is the part of unlock package bulls. But if you come down here, you can have also the part of business creator. For example, if you want to do some chiropractic, there's also here the option of doing a chiropractic. So there's a part of business creator. There's the part if you want to add it in your status. So for example, if you want to have more deaths or more kills. So literally this part you can choose and make different everything related to your account, and it will appear everything to the other people that are in the same session as you or anywhere else. Part of outfits here, there's also the part of recovery. So there's part of male outfits. There's a lot of ones you can choose. There's a part of female outfits too, you can choose. It's really easy to use. You just click, and as you can see, I already changed my outfits here. So literally just click and it will change. Here you can also create an outfit the way that you want. Part of tunables, there's a lot of options that you can choose here. There's also the part of money. Here there's the nightclub safe loop. In this nightclub safe loop, it's really easy to use. You just go to your nightclub, stay in front of the locker, and click on this option. And when you click on this option, you will keep earning 250k in a loop, and you can earn a lot of money with this method. Stat editor too, there's a lot of options, transactions too. So like I said, there's a lot of options here in the part of recovery. You can take a look really closely in this part to make it easier for you to find the options that you want. But of course, you can always send a message asking, oh, where is this option? It has this option. You can always send a message talking about it. Here in the part of network is part of network that you are in. So for example, here I can choose a public session to get in. I can choose the type of username I want to join in. Here there's a part of course, if you want to explode something, kill something, delete a vehicle. If you come down here, there's also a lot of options. So you can support requests, you can save players, besides everything I told you before. Part of miscellaneous, here is basically a lot of options that don't actually can be grouped in the other sections. For example, you can be off the radar, you can reveal all players, no idle kick. If you go down here, there's also the part of parachute, the part of damage, stunt jump. So there's a lot of options here that don't really get grouped with the other groups and sessions right here. Part of settings, here you can use translations, you can use hotkeys, and if you come down here, there's also the part of translate. But of course, since the mod is already everything in English, you won't need the part of actually translations. So like I said, this video is a little bit more about showing how to download, how to inject the mod correctly. So like I said, this video is more like showing how to download, how to inject the mod with every step by step, so you won't get lost. So like I said, I already showed you everything I was supposed to in this video. So I just would like to remember two stuff. If you already bought the mod but you got any doubts about this part of downloading and injecting the mod into the game, or you have any doubts about any other stuff or options that the mod has to offer, because sometimes appear some doubts about how to use the determined options, you can always send a message through where you bought and you're going to be answered there correctly. And the second thing I would like to remember is, if you don't have the mod yet but got interested in buying one for you, exactly this Menace menu or the other mods that we have to offer, since you saw that it's a really complete mod, there's a lot of options you can use to make your game so much better and so much cooler to play. You can always send a message through one of the social medias below here in the description of this video. To, of course, if you have some doubts about the mod, to take these doubts and also to buy it. There's a lot of options of payments that you can choose. You can choose the one that is better for you. So like I said, this video is more like showing a little bit about how to inject the mod, how to download the files, and as you can see, it was pretty easy and simple. Not just that, but showing a little bit the mod too and how to use it into the game. So since I already showed you everything I was supposed to in this video, I would like to wish you a good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and bye bye.